This is Taliban country.
That road that's just below the hilltop, that splits in and takes you right into the Jalrez Valley, pretty much labeled as the biggest Taliban stronghold in the province.
And Forward Operating Base Airborne is right in the middle of it.
Well, the Taliban, what you're looking at is, if you're going to set up a shadow government, if you're going to seek to topple the current government in Kabul, this is a good place to stage out of.
You were in one of the more significant engagements of the battalion?
Came in contact with quite a few enemy, probably several hundred, involved in a firefight. It began around 12 noon, went to into the hours of darkness, 8 or 10 o'clock at night.
The U.S. counted that as a military victory, but the Taliban may be winning the public relations battle. Reports are circulating that the Taliban is operating a shadow government here, that they've won over the people. The U.S. forces know they won't be outgunned, but they don't want to be outgoverned.
Our role is to, help the people help themselves. The problem is that we're not able to permanently stay 24 hours a day.
This is Maidan Shar, the capital of Wardak province. The troops take us on a quiet Friday morning stroll to show off what they're doing to win over the townspeople. Improvements funded by coalition forces, a soccer stadium, a women's center, a playground. These soldiers say they come here every day, working with the Afghan National Police. They ask what they can do to empower the people.
In this instance, it was solar power, so they could keep the market open for a few more hours a day.
But despite the smiles and handshakes with residents, the troops are wary. It takes 3 Humvees and a squad of heavily armed soldiers to make this visit possible. They ask that we move quickly through the marketplace to a safer area. Lieutenant John Mabes catalogs his gear for us.
I've got my M4 carbine, and then I've got my magazines. I've got a knife.
Do you feel safe?
I feel as safe as you can walking out in Afghanistan.
Just as we're ready to get back into the Humvees, a group of young boys lets loose with a barrage of snowballs. Everyone expects the Taliban to mount a big offensive in the spring when the snow melts. The U.S. forces are planning a huge buildup to counter that. By spring, there will be 10 times as many troops here, defending this valley where you can almost see the symbolic gate of Kabul in the distance. The 10th Mountain Division is just beginning to move in. It's the first unit to be diverted from Iraq. Today they're testing the big guns, howitzers with a range of 35 kilometers. They need to calibrate their long-range accuracy. So another squad, led by Lieutenant Anthony Dye, travels down Highway 1 to an Afghan police station. He goes door to door with an interpreter, warning the locals that soon there will be loud booms and 155mm artillery shells will be landing nearby.
What does he say?
The soldiers gather on the fortress-like tower, watching the shells land. The surge will be concentrated here. Troops will be deployed to this area southwest of Kabul. The question is whether the Taliban will return and fight, or just move on to a softer spot. Josh Rushing, Al Jazeera, Wardak Province, Afghanistan.